partner. We won't say either say bema no na ebre ana oba no na ebre osikasemu. So there's no savings. Just that sometimes there is a shifting of burden. A woman suffers more or the man suffers more. There is never savings when we live together. Sometimes too, people get to stay together because of them, especially who purpose no, who faithful no. Jinyami did to the extent say jinyami adimu ebe Bible any buttons, you bet my buttons are there na solve. Enti otimi catch no ho say oh, brana me no ntna esan say me no enye we will never have sex. You will never have sex. Enti na one natna once sudden na they will start having sex. So some of the myth that leads people to staying together is come and stay with us. After all, me jinyanko di me jidie enkyere me sa na ye dada say all of a sudden then we have sex. Tie eja any petrol can never live together. Eja any petrol to me entna eja no enso petrol ba into me entna BNC. So these are some of the myths. A continue in their cohabitation relationship. We move on to the next slide. Causes of cohabitation. I have listed 4 causes of cohabitation. There are more, but this is what I will be presenting on. So one cause is internal and external pressure. Internal and external pressure. Now I'm saying pressure at marriage is on a height. Internally, onya 25, 26, 30. Now if you pressure to get marriage, increase on one kasa na on one kasa man who pressure on one kasa man who pressure. It is a aware no na I was so create aware man who. Then he has to create marriage for himself by moving in to stay with his husband to be and I say his wife to be. So internal pressure. Say nipa nankasa man who pressure. Nipa nankasa ehunu se onyini. Nipa nankasa ehunu se say there. I was say bebre amedru there. I was say meeting obiema etna se okunu and I say etna se oyere. Internal pressure. Then the external pressure. External pressure comes from church, comes from friends, come all sort of angles. Now the yani say asori mu pressure kran ya dosu sin abontifo pressure. And onye ri asori pe ana da be na be ware na dickness ehia da be na ware na da ehia no da past ehia no da be na ware. It gives them pressure to the extent say the only solution to this pressure is to move him to his husband to be. It's yesterday for platform is yesterday. We should reduce the amount of pressure we on married women and unmarried men. Number 2, commercial, monetized, and extravagant marriage. Now saying say obi a list at the mouth list a day warrior. Emuya ding. They say papa name mame for ayabe. Yes, and I say ebimu a commercialize marriage. They want to make fortunes out of marriage. And he say okono jealous na so share the way I listen enhome or share the way I listen enhome. It is better to live together to cohort than to marry. Commercialization and monetizing of marriage. And the way I say listen echo. The way I say papa phobia and mommy phobia, when Yesika every womba awari munu, it is causing young men not to marry. It is causing young women not to marry. Me say sen come be Jamie wife hearing and my wife list, and I'm a wife list no list a door so same ya. Ebi and coming ware no because I don't want to spend a number such amount of money on my marriage. And come and eat rocks and come and eat some and come and sleep hunger. It's commercialization of marriage. The next one, which is the extravagant marriage, is where the youth nowadays want to are seeing marriage in a way that it's like a party. So they want to have their marriage in a kind of grand style, so that people will talk good about them. They want to do some level of reception. So be lightening home. And see, say calculating cost now. He is almost getting to 500,000 for a marriage ceremony. Just the ceremony, just 1 day, 2 days. So nowadays, the way people see marriage, the way people see marriage a ceremony, the way people conduct marriage ceremony, it gives them the pressure to stay together. And so far as onyan 500,000, so far as onyan 700,000, so far as onyan 200,000 there, and our nyam basu there, and two never tramintain. Now yan share the way you be fascinating raises as kana de be our yen. One say na last week na obi kan assembly chire me fa obabia bema bi prese obeware no. Na oba na nkasa na ye ne list wan fan koma ne maame wan fan koma ne papa no na ye ne list na ye keka list ne kwa almost 500,000 Ghana cedis. 500,000 Ghana cedi bema be ne be ware na bema no ehye da ye se when etiso a no ateso aba 300,000. Na ebenya zika we ye nkodi loan na ye kodi loan na se ware ye be didi ye didi ye wedding ye be ye buffet na ye buffet a eduane na ebe kan ye be ti se be di aba fie no na ye be din for some time. What kind of mentality is this? So nowadays, how the youth want their marriage ceremony to be, it's really causing the increase in cohabitation. Number 3, unware o pese oye aware fo niema unware obi wo hono ma bebre na aye nware ye aye ni ye ndofo mo etino they want companion ope obi oni ne be chi ebeka ne sumasem ope obi a oni ne be da ope obi a oni ne be share intimacy, sexual intimacy. That kind of desire, that kind of longing move to stay with their loved ones, move people to stay with their loved ones. And I'll say body no be firewood, and it's adia rabbit na menchen na ahomachi se me ho ba na me ne wada ahomachi se me no me ho ba the obi ni na bonkoma na me ne wa abonkomo. That kind of desire that is growing in our youth nowadays, and which is part of life, we are unable to control. It is causing us to, move into, move to stay with our partners, especially the men. Minka say oba ehun emba, and I minka say oba ehun enyeni da or pe bema eni natina, but isi chemu atre say mbema no bebre na and eta emba pressure based on kind of feelings that they have. Enti ahomache ne ho ba na wafre adwoa. Enti say ofre no China say dia tu betna me nchen. Na tu betna me nchen say any there is no need to go you again. Enti me na ya oda ho, me tene me nsa oda ho. So the desire for companionship, the desire for us to move into stay with our partners, to move into last but not least compatibility. So yeah, they say that she share you to know assume say you have to be compatible before you can stay together. You have to be compatible before you can marry. Because of sa adrenaline, or person ohunu say they dofu na on or person on ne ba betna afebo no or person on ne say almost se fata emo omo ho ana almost se fata emo omo ho ana. So the desire to have a compatible partner is causing people to move together. And it's adjina your was say and say until say me no better na mean to me and who say o se fata me and I won't say fata me. And no ma ye youth ni be moving towards staying with our soon to be husbands and our soon to be wives. soon to be my husband. Now, adia ho say on na say afi they are not compatible. Na afi aye din. Esa say adia no wo use na ewie. Na wo use no 5 years, wo use no 3 years, wo use no 4 years. Ebe ye den na waka chen say you compatible in the call. Na afi ye hangi ho. Ye nja wo. Ye so a ye ngwa koware because we are not compatible. So compatibility is making our youth move in to stay with their husband to be and their wife to be. Let's go straight to the effect. Let's move straight to the effect. These are the very few effects that I have listed here. There are more, but because of time, these are the very few. So in Shishemu, Amayati say, number one of the main effects of living together before marriage is intimate partner violence. Intimate partner violence. So I can say intimate partner violence is any behavior within the intimate relationship that causes physical, sexual, or psychological harm, including act of physical aggression, sexual coercion, psychological abuse, and controlling behavior. Tushema atrese one tra etna etche ansa na won be ware no ana won tena che abra won ware ye no. Most of them are experiencing violence in their relationship. Violence in their relationship. Why? Because obia utumi a movie ekotena ne nchen eche ewon ho na one woda na one woye bibia no. Sometimes there is no untrustable, which is our next way. Emma, he doesn't give you respect. Obia, especially in Bano, Obia, who about to me a movie a cotton and say Ebanesa Bermano will not give you that respect, will not accord you that respect. So he will treat you anyhow he wants. Because one kasan you have lowered yourself to the extent say you don't have value. You have not placed value on you. It is a Bermano so is not valuing you because one I don't want to use the one talk about them, but once you have not respected yourself, so you don't need to be respected. And Sabon said, because of say respect, na adani abuse. Because you did not respect yourself. It said, one etna abra one warrior, bebrena mbemanu embu won bu on inti ana emba no so embu on is vice versa, just that mbemanu yentan kaya semti yansem entan pie. Because of say ebuo eni wonti na e de ebuo atemdidie basa e de ba aware mu. Hallelujah. Enti yenya yetna eche ana yenya yetna so many times, so many days with our partners, we lose the respect that we have for our partners. And because of that, because of the lost respect, it causes abuse. Just imagine, say, what's not obi what acha or no actually say you are not compatible with him. And ebanisa, you are not valued. So buan else obo. Uye bibi kakani mbofu. Because you did not add value, and I say you did not add respect to yourself. And also interested one antna and that's one yako oman cohabitino. There is no instances where there is abuse. But what we are establishing here is that those who live longer before marriage, normally, most of the time, face abusive relationship. Even one worry one spending so many times, so many years, they face they feel abusive relationship. Now, number 2, there is lack of trust, reduced trust in marriage. So obi etna etimi movie ekotna obinchen abra won ware for a number of days for a number of years. Sometimes Bemanu any oban ye Jenny say na young ware ya na yetumi move ebetena ho nchen utumi move eko baby utumi etena che ya ware ase na ata adwen no eda so we yan adwen because say young ware ye mitumi move ebetena ho nchen the possibility that ya ware no so betima move akotena obi nchen ene obi akoda asamba no, that mentality is still there. Enti emma trust and kakra mami show phone and kakra mami you say because young warrior the premise and I say niama ya set ama ya before marriage it warrant us not to believe you, not to trust you. And if you should ask say one cohabit for a long time and I'm cohabiting before marriage, the trust element in their relationship becomes minimal. On Jinu endi kakra o sheni phone so kakra bibi kakra be bia o dwene say na wo utumi ene ne beda ye no abra won ware ye no saa so na wo betimi ne obi akokoda abra won ware ye. So cohabitation brings reduced trust in marriage. It's reduced trust in marriage. Just imagine so wo ware bema ana oba wo ne no andada, sometimes you the thought of say obeko any bema bi akokoda and obeko any oba bi akoda, it doesn't come to your mind because you have worked with this lady for a very long for a longer time and you didn't have sexual intimacy, you didn't have any other form of sexual sexual intimate with her. The fact that the lady or the man will move into another person to go and have sex, it doesn't come as compared to obia. So cohabitation reduces trust in marriage. It reduces trust. It reduces trust and belief. The other catching be on tiase because who be that. They say who be dantina boasre wo. Otone ba na wo yini ni ato nchen because be hunu bi da abra me nware wo no betena me nchen abra me nware obama me no wo da for some days na wasanko na what has changed? Nothing has changed. Uni pedian change here aware ne pen na change until the likelihood that you again move to a man, to again move to a woman to go and have sex, to go and sleep with that person, to go and live with that person for some time, likelihood is there. So cohabitation reduce trust in marriage. It's really reduce trust in marriage. It is a what she say obe waria the patro ope say o share o so o sapo munso den dia don't cohabitate. Property rights. So cohabitation does not guarantee say so only obi tena na say mo ye properties together. You have the right. So pen bebre na be oba ne be matena mo sidan o ma ye nema bebre na afi be ma no egya no oba no egya no na edi broken heart kese edi aba broken heart ni ni chin say oni oba ne tena ye no ana oni be ma ne tena no oma acquire so many property and the man does not want to give the woman even one penny. So embra biara enu honoma ebe enu ebe come out both the man and the woman side. It is a only obiti that's a man to talk cars. Only obiti na mu sidan. Only obiti na mo acquire properties. Mo ye niema ye projects are. Forget it. There is no law that will protect you. There is no law that will protect you. And bra biara ni onuma ebe kon edi amount efa ensa system so ana efa ensem so most of the time bon say assemble the osu arewo manu and the bre partners because wa bregu sika wa seni na ebe bregu sika wa say a relationship in ya ebe bregu. Number 4, Interstate Succession Act 1985, PNDC Law 111. So this is instances where there is an unfortunate circumstance. Obano anabema ewu abra moche empna ana abra mutibum. Say willy ni onuma. You have no access. There's no law. Ebemau ajiwa tum say properties na bema no ewu eja anamuni munya ebom abra mote as cohabit together no. Embrano does not speak to cohabitants. And I say, embrachi. Inti, say, when you bit say, I say, most acquired and what number of properties? I say, will and bim. I say, unfortunately, Oban Jaw, and Abeman Ewujawa. Embremuno, unichefa bia. You have no stake. You have no stake in the property of the seeds. Eti na me hear me research na me coming across some case bia efa this same asema yeka. Say Yate versus Kwe, Yate versus Kwe. We no be man uja no. Fortunately, no way the omo be 5. Na omo de call embremu no. Ana law no eru say eye empna twen de oba no eni chefa bia e wo property na be man esi wo. But ankwala ni die sometimes embra no ye libra because oma koye nkwala. But eno kura no say ye wo oware ni nkwala ene obi a ye nware ni nkwala embra no ekasama oware ni nkwala esin akwala ye wo no abra young worry ni mami. Embrano speaks more to one ya worry one. Eja one young worry one. Even when it comes to children. Bra ya worry na embrano ebon ho ban. Eja akola. Yeah. Young worry. Last but not the least, the reason why I brought this one in person make me akase we there asorin sem. So another cause, another effect. Our spiritual growth. Most of our denominations, especially so about the Church of Pentecost, even when it comes to Abraham fa communion, we state it categorically. Say, Obi biara oto aware so ana yan ware no, but ote ni kunu ana so ote ne mpena enten sa nipa no ewrade didi no onka ho. So this spiritual activities are sorry and I say your religion. Say only obitia sometimes yan can't you go through some level of trauma because just imagine say only obiti na obi biara efa eradiated. And most of the time when say one a man for a plan eradiated, they don't come to church. So it's stagger spiritual relationship. And so konkronso otie mu no say oye adebonia, he tells you are made aware. Enti one kasa onim said there wo enye what able for you one kasa you know, but just that when amakono any bibinti you are unable to read. So it stagger our spiritual growth. It stagger our spiritual growth. Sometimes only yanko pompo e din komo e bompa yemu na se wadwene eba ho se uti obi nchen. It's very difficult to pray. It becomes very difficult to even have quiet time with God. And sometimes I wonder how people who live together, who cohabitate, I wonder how they are able to communicate with God. Most of them are unable to communicate with God. Even though God is merciful, God is merciful, which is true. But sometimes because of the situation we find ourselves, we are unable to go to God. They don't actually involve themselves in the things of God. They are afraid. They've judged themselves. They are being tormented by what is in them. Spiritually, those who cohabitate, most of them are not spiritually. It is spiritually strong. That is not quiet to say lukewarm, hypocrite. One of the major effects of living together is our spiritual growth. Having intimacy with God. How can you have intimacy with your opener? Also have intimacy with God. Sometimes it's difficult, but and same way they enter and can be instead and can be. We are moving to our last slide, and we move to our questions. The solutions. At the end, you bet to me, I say, sorry, say, Busuya, say, oh, mine. Need to me reduce this canker. One of the major things that we can do is create awareness. To create awareness. Say, yeah, and the church, and the kakrabeto biasu, or the better number, or the better nebusiani, or the better down for me. And we should continue creating awareness to our youth, and I said to a man for we should continue to hammer, especially the legal part. The two obi adwin say property biara waye say nyame amfa nyame emanimba na say bibisia you have nothing, you have no stake in whatever properties that you have built with your partner. So we should continue to create awareness. We should continue to advise our children. We should continue to tell them. We should continue to let them know that cohabitation is you are living, you are cohabiting to your own risk. With all the effect, with all the problem that cohabitation brings, it is not good for us to cohabit. And we creating our awareness in our churches, in our communities, among our friends. Sometimes there is a nice way of saying difficult conversations. Sometimes you don't need to judge. You should saying it in a right way so that the person will understand. The person will get to know that cohabiting is dangerous. It's dangerous. Now there, Yanu Krani say, man can't do some of the clients there were Ghana. Say unim na say uni nipa netna na say wan ware nipa no na say nipa no wu a ekwan ya do be faso no wan kasa no nka wo ware na nka wu ya nka be boa wan kasa these are some of the measures our tradition have put in place preventing cohabitation, but nowadays we don't see it much. So one of the ways that we can reduce this canker is by creating awareness. We should continue to create our awareness. We should time preaching adults. We should have time and teach some of these things in our churches. We should also reduce the external pressure. External pressure. Ebusuya reduce kakra. So oban ware ya money pressure bebre. O money pressure bebre obetu akotena ne planchen. And asori no so na me kan fiti asen. Asori no should reduce individually. We should reduce the number of times we talk to people about their marriage. It is good to find out from people whether when they are getting married, it is good. But say ekoye bebre, ekoye echna, and na be na be ware echna. Yeah, we should reduce it. It should reduce it as your youth na ya band ya bremum, but mode sa pressure yi I feel sorry mu, pressure fi adwuma mu, pressure fi ebusua mu, esa de kanwa na mayen adwene say then it is better to move there. After all, semi-marriage is better than no marriage. So on any tina so obetima friend ho, obetima friend ni kunu, obetima friend ni yire. Even though it is better than to stay in his parents' house, stay in a church for them to give them pressure, for the family to give them pressure. A day ebeba. External pressure. No. Internal pressure, and we don't have any control over it. But for the external pressure, let's minimize it. Let's reduce it drastically. And it will go a long way to help the youth. The third one, meka wa sema no so da makoma so pa ene ekwanya ye fa so eware no e wo say ye fa so ekyerekere ye nsori emba ye busua ye nuano mo won ani omote ye kire mo say when it comes to marriage you don't need to spend so much. Sorry say we have the option that you can even go and see the pastor. Someone ni obusuafo hia na say obusuafo egitum a you can even go and see the pastor for the pastor to bless your marriage for you in the mission house, which some of our youth are now doing that. Anna, when it comes to marriage, so mama ye momo entias say aware no enye ceremony no. Aware no eye entinana woni obi etinana. That is called marriage. The marriage, what we see on the Saturday, on the Sunday, is just a ceremony. So spending this much will not help you, will not benefit you. And also, we should continue to advise them that say eba aware no enye the ceremony. The aware no is knowing yourself, being able to stay with your partner. Say youth no ebe say extravagant marriage, too much commercialization of the marriage we now say abasono esubeti. Me say Nyankopon Adom, I married during the COVID-19 time, and I didn't spend anything. I didn't spend so much. What I spent is small. And nini na chinimawari. Say you can't worry for I'm part. You can't worry for you na one worry traditionally. Kohu ebusuafo omo ye bibi kwakra eme ebusuafo ni na take witness is married. Now who are we 500,000 married, 1 million married. Nini na is considered married. So we should continue to advise ourselves and advise our children, those who are with us, about marriage. Let's talk about marriage. Let them know that marriage is not about the ceremony. You shouldn't spend much in marriage. Marriage is not about money. Marriage is about being to your husband. So this is the end of my presentation. And Sena Yakano Shira Munina say my joining. So Mr. Paul. So if you have any question that you want to ask, you can ask so that yenina yebe dwendwene ho na yade answers at the aba. So you be a for questions.
Thank you so much, Elder Bright. And I believe a lot of us have been blessed with this, especially the number of singles who have joined in tonight. It's time for questions and answers. I've learned so much from tonight's presentation. And the enthusiasm at the end, it's as if he's now starting. And it's quite sad, but it's cool. For questions, answers, contributions. Thank you.
Hello, good
Hi, good evening.
evening.
Hi, good evening.
I continue.
Bachoi.
All right, that's it. Pane, bima odi akasa ni sɛ wasi akyɛkyɛ na misra pa na. Me de nke hia ubia the whole Ghana nko ubia tie, especially Mantia ne mabawa no. That's it. Na mpacho me question is say mpacho ye kokoko ese asante de na wo kyɛ amammerɛ bi mu ne ade no